And we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the newsletter for the Inspired Choices Network. On behalf of Christine McIver, who normally has that really fun clapper thingy and the fabulous background so that you know it's Inspired Choices Network. We are here today to play and share the newsletter with you. I am Keisha Clark. I am one of the producers with Inspired Choices Network, as well as a host on the station. And we also get the pleasure and the joy of having our beautiful sister host here, Rhonda Burns of Rendezvous with Rhonda, who is also a producer here on the network, Miss Melissa Jelenique, who is also a producer and the host of The Pleasure Zone. And our featured host this week is the host of Conscious Beauty Talk, Miss Amy Wall. Amy, welcome and thank you for coming to do the newsletter with us.
Oh, thank you, Keisha. This has just really lit my whole morning up. And I'm just so pleased to be here with you all.
Fabulous. I would love for you to just share a bit with our listeners about Conscious Beauty Talk for anybody who hasn't gotten the joy of getting to listen to your show yet.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Well, Conscious Beauty Talk was born out of my desire to go down the rabbit hole a little bit more in depth with some of my everything is the opposite of what it appears to be thinking about the beauty industry. We've been doing the same things the same way in the beauty industry for close to 75 years. And if it was working, we would know, you know, and I just felt like there was something more to be had, and there were some new ideas coming out around consciousness and technology, and really working from the inside out. And how can we stimulate a glow from within inside of ourselves and inside of our actual being? And so that's really the intention of Conscious Beauty Talk. And I really feel like I've just sort of been getting my sea legs and you know, talking about some topics, seeing what people are interested in. And I'm about to start getting really dialed in on specifics for women on how to really get meta with their beauty practice.
Oh, I like that. Going meta.
Going meta.
I love it.
Physical.
You can hashtag that. That's awesome. Well, it is so much fun. And tell people when your show airs and let people know how they can reach you as well.
Yeah, so I am live at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern every single Monday, and you can play with me over on Facebook in my community called The Circle. And of course, I can be reached at loveamyskin.com, my website. Amy@loveamyskin.com is my email. And what other fun things are going on? Yeah, mainly the Facebook group is where we play and have the after conversation. But I'm available for any questions or comments.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I just have to say, I have the pleasure of getting to produce your show a good bit of the time. And I love how you are approaching beauty and the beauty products and how to play with beauty products. And so folks, if you are looking for something different, refreshing, and definitely inspirational with beauty and all things having to do with beauty consciousness and conscious beauty and talking about it consciously, bringing your consciousness to it, please listen into Amy's show and play with Amy in the Facebook group. You are doing some special things in that group, correct?
Yeah. Well, we're going to start doing more of the after conversation. I'm going to start doing a video after, because I want to bring in the video, because this is a visual medium that I work in. But I also love the concept of the radio show, because people can actually listen while they're driving or while they're doing housework and things and not get distracted with with the faces. But then we also want to bring in the conversation. So we are going to be doing an after video. But I wanted to kind of go back for people that are possibly new to the show. I am an award-winning skincare expert in the Muggle world. So just so you know, like I was mentored by the world's most famous skincare formulator, the guy who is the Wizard of Oz of the skincare industry, who's making all the raw ingredients for every single product in the world. So it's not as if I have just come out with some space age thinking about beauty. I actually have a huge foundation of scientific knowledge and really know ingredients and products and techniques. You know, I won a contest for being the best esthetician in the United States in 2016. So it's fun because I really have a foundation of the traditional beauty stuff, and then we can go from there because, you know, that also works.
Thank you for saying
bringing in, you know, the mind, the body, and the spirit, and whatever else is outside of that. And I'm sure
I love that. Thank you, Amy. And I'm so excited. We're going to jump into this week's lineup. And so here you can come to the network, the Inspired Choices Network, and you will see our featured host this week is Amy, and her beautiful show that she shared with us last week, Sustainable Beauty, which, by the way, was an amazing show. Just saying. You can find that replay if you just click right here. So let me get on the screen so it'll scroll. You can also scroll down and see the schedule each day. And you can also just grab one of the most recent podcasts that were on air if you want to come here. You can also see the articles that we have available and TV shows. Yes, folks, we do have TV shows. Lots of fun stuff to play with. And if you're maybe thinking about being a host, you can come right over here and play with that as well. So then you can also go to future shows as well as any host page if you want to learn more about our individual hosts. Future shows is going to give us the lineup for the week, and my bandwidth is being stretched just a little bit thin, so it's taking a moment for my hamsters to pull up the pages.
It's really hard on this day.
Right. So kicking off the week, Rhonda, do you want to get us started?
You bet. On the SOAR Experience, Mondays at 9 a.m. Eastern, looks like Lori's got a guest, Jenna Brooks. They're going to be talking about transforming your business with community alignment. That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, the SOAR Experience. I love it. And next, Miss Melitza.
Awesome. So next is our Junaline Musi with her show. It's not goodbye, it's see you again. Joy Vulnerability Pizza with Junaline. This is her last episode of this segment of her shows. We look forward to having her come back again. As we've had several people like Keisha and Rhonda, sometimes you just go on hiatus and you just come back again with fresh new ideas and recreate yourself. So we look forward to seeing her again.
Yes. Sometimes you just can't get rid of us.
That's the truth.
Then in our, continuing our Monday Live lineup, we have our beautiful Candace Mao with her show Everyday Joy. And she has amazing guests usually. And here recently, we're getting to hear a bit more from Candace herself. So this is going to be like a mystery show, this one. So join in and just see whether she's solo or has a friend to come have a conversation. It's always amazing. And that's Everyday Joy with Candace Mao. And then Rhonda.
Mary Dravis Parrish, excuse me for butchering that, with BU Parenting is going to be talking about teaching kids thankful living. Oh, we need a whole lot more of that. I love Mary's approach to working with children and kids and families. She is a fantastic, fresh approach. So definitely tune in for that one.
Yes. And for those of you who don't know, we actually have some authors, published authors, who happen to be hosts here on the network. And Mary is one of them. And her book is Empowered Parents, Empowering Kids. And you can find the link to purchase different versions of that book. I think it's available both in Canada and the US. I think it's available all over the world, actually, because it's a digital book as well as a hard copy. And Junaline also is a published author, and I cannot give you the whole title of her name by memory. Her book name by memory.
I think it's Dating for Expats.
Dating for Expats is the main title, yes. And so any of the hosts who have published works, you will also see that on their host page with a link to click so that you can either get free downloads or you can find where they are on Amazon or any other book publishing site, book selling site. So I'll let you get on with that, Miss Melitza.
I'll let Amy get on with her show because she's here.
Yes, we have Amy. Let her in.
Amy, what are you talking about this week?
We're going to talk about my favorite skin ingredients. And I teased it out a little bit last week, but we're also going to talk about the #1 most toxic ingredient you've been using on your face. And it's not what you think. But yeah, we're going to get into how to read an ingredient label and what the ingredients you need for really fresh, healthy, radiant skin are.
That's
That's
awesome.
I love that. Then we dive into financially speaking with our host, Kathy Cook Noble. This week she's talking about juvenile insurance. Now, I've never heard of that. So I'm just
I have it. It's big in Canada.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what Kathy's going to be telling us about. And Kathy also has a fantastic book. All ladies should learn to use the F word, learn to love the F word, I think is what it is. And of course, she's talking about finances. And it is available through the link that's on her host page. And I highly recommend that you take a look at what Kathy has going on. If you have anything going on in your life around money, around savings, around financial planning, and around talking about money. She makes it so much ease and actually fun in most cases. So give Kathy Cook Noble a little click there and check out her show on Mondays. Then guess who we have? We have Melissa.
My show's going to be about cold and hot play. It's not cold play like the band, but cold and hot play. It's all about pleasure and using temperatures, and you can't even imagine where this is going to go.
No, I can't.
No, because nobody ever can, and half the time I can't either. It just goes.
Always a beautiful
I'm like,
surprise.
what did I say? What did I say?
I know, it's a really good thing these shows are recorded, right?
Yes. I'm impressed myself sometimes.
Then we jump into our Wednesday live lineup, and we start that day off with Megan and Suzanne on Love, Life, and All Things Weird. This week they're talking about Flourish Now. So that's kind of a fun invitation. I think flourish is kind of a fun word, so we could use maybe a little more of that in our lives. Yeah. And then guess who we have? It is our very own.
That would be my show. Come rendezvous with me at 1 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, 12 p.m. Central. I'm in the Central Time Zone. We're going to be talking about 5 essential questions for life. There are a lot of questions we can be asking in life, and many of us are scattered, but these 5 essential ones kind of create a framework that really helps set a focus for anybody who might be looking for those bigger questions, those deeper questions, looking for answers. So it's going to be fun. I'm going to put a little Rhonda spin on it. Yeah.
Yay. And I am so delighted Rhonda is back on the network. It's fun to have you back. It is exciting to have you back. And thank you for
like coming home. Thank you.
Coming back to play. I know it's kind of, it's just fun and funny that way, isn't it? And then I have the joy of coming in after Miss Rhonda Burns, and my show is Aligning Divine. It airs on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. And this week I have the joy of having a conversation with Candace Mao, who, if you remember, is the host of Everyday Joy. It airs on Mondays. And this conversation is actually going to start off a series that's going to go through the end of the year that really has to do with the theme of evolution. So we're going to play with the Resolve to Evolve theme. And our first conversation is with Candace. We're talking about joyful evolution. So join us on Wednesday and see where we go with that.
Awesome.
And then we have Miss Melissa.
We have weight loss, mindset, and business with Jen Posick. I was her guest last week, so I had so much fun with Jen. Her show's a lot of fun, The Ads Maven. And Jen looks at so many things, and she was also involved in health and wellness with her family. So I think we're getting a lot more of Jen, not just her Ads Maven side.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. Yeah. I am excited. And then we have our beautiful Dana Lewis talking about spiritual savvy, and that is Wednesday afternoon. Dana is about to be a published author, so we're excited to see her book launch coming up here very soon. I believe it is called The Indisputable Gift of Men. Mm-hmm. So if that gets your eyebrow up, just have a listen with Dana and stay tuned for when that book launch actually happens. Miss Rhonda.
And Adine Tifanola has moved from the top of the Wednesday lineup to toward the end of the lineup. So she is now going to be at the 7 p.m. Eastern slot. Her show is called In Pursuit of Truth. And this week she's talking about, do you really need to let it go I'm interested in listening to that one because this is an interesting theme in my life. So definitely tune into Aideen. She has such a beautiful delivery style and she's extremely articulate in her messaging. So tune in to her news slot.
Yes, yes. And Aideen is another one of our published authors. Her book is My Exquisite Purple Life. And again, you can find the links to purchase and or enjoy some free download of that. Maybe one of the chapters, I believe, on her host page or on any of her show pages. And then we have our very own CEO and COO and leader
CFO
here, CFO, leader at the Inspired Choices Network, the head mistress of inspiration and teaching, the Christine McIver, and her show is Inspired Choices. And this week she is talking about how to speak in any relationship and be heard. Yeah, that's going to be kind of fun. It's one thing to speak, it's another to be heard. So she's bringing that all together for us on Wednesday night. And then we dive into Friday, and I'll let you have that again, Miss Rhonda.
Looks like Bring Your Brilliance with Carla Taylor is talking about creating clarity in 2020. She's Friday mornings at 10 a.m. And let me tell you, we are almost at the new decade. Like, it's astounding. We're rounding out the year. So clarity in 2020 with Carla. Definitely tune in for that. I'll be listening.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll be producing.
Good stuff. And Miss Lisa.
Next, we've got Miss Deborah Unipan with Calling All Angels. What colors do something? That's a mystery because my face is covering that word right now.
How about that?
Yay. What colors do you wear? Well, that's a great question because knowing Deborah, that's not going to just be about your clothes. It's probably going to be about your aura.
Very much.
And there's probably going to be a million stories involved and you're probably going to laugh. If you have a crazy sense of humor, her show is both enlightening and a good laugh.
It so is. It's really fun to have her on the network. She brings a refreshingly straight talk kind of way of playing with a subject that can easily get really fluffy. It's not very fluffy.
Keeps it real. Yep.
She does. And then we have our very own space whisperer, Miss Lisa Bennett. Her show is Infinite Energies. And this week she is having a conversation around, is your space a battleground?
That's a good question.
One of the things I love about Lisa is she's not just talking about your home. And she's not just talking about interior decorating or design. She's really bringing so many elements together in so many of the different spaces that you might be in or around or involved with throughout your day or your week or your month or your life. So it's definitely worth playing with Miss Lisa Bennett. And then one of our newest hosts, and Rhonda, you want to take that one?
Yeah, Miss Tioko. She has been a lovely welcome to our network, as all our amazing hosts are. She brings a very different perspective based on her life experience. And she's had some incredible successes that I learned about. So I'm learning some really new cool things. But her show this Friday is Your Money Making Shame Ceiling. So that should be interesting, 2 p.m. Eastern on Friday. Yeah, and I'll be producing her. I think I have the Friday production lineup, so I'm looking forward to listening to it all.
She's my good friend. I referred her to the network.
She's amazing. Yeah, having so much fun producing her show.
She is awesome. Thank you, Amy, for sharing her with us and us with her. That is
amazing.
It's a very nice match so far. So yay. And then we round out the week. Miss Melitza, you want to take that one?
Dr. Andy's World. And Dr. Andy's awesome. So Dr. Andy actually facilitates humans to be able to be matching more of the energies of their pets, I would say. So she is an animal chiropractor and she works with animals, but she actually works more with their people in a lot of ways too, whether those people know it or not. And this week's show is Everybody Loves Grace with guest Cassie Katie. Cassie or Kata McQuaid.
Yes. Yes. And it's a fun story. It's definitely worth having a listen with Dr. Andy on Friday's show. And we know that this week is also a big event in the States, in the United States. It is the Thanksgiving week and Thanksgiving holiday. So we're wishing all of our US listeners a wonderful, beautiful, lovely, peaceful, hopefully, Thanksgiving. And anytime you want to come play with anything on the network, we actually have over 5,000 podcasts in our library of digital material. And that's just the podcasts. Yes,
Could you show them, can you just, for anybody who might be tuning in for the first time, would you show them where all our partners are, how they can?
Yes. Oh, I was coming to that too. You
Awesome,
can actually, this blue bar near the top of the screen, on any screen that you come to for the Inspired Choices Network, you will find some different things to play with. And one of the interesting things here, and we have to say kudos to Christine, you can see our partner of, platforms, and these are the platforms that you can find us live streaming. Look at that.
And we don't even have all the pictures up.
I don't,
Live stream at
yeah.
over 50 different locations and
54?
podcasts, and over 70, I think now.
Yeah. And then when you want to just go pop in and look for a specific show or a specific episode of a show that you want to hear, you can go to any of the podcast platforms listed here. So if you have iHeartRadio, if you have Spotify, if you have Spreaker, if you love Apple Podcasts, you can actually just click into that app. You can look for either the Inspired Choices Network, or you can look for that show name, the host and show name, and it will come up, and you can add it to your list of favorites. You can get notifications through those apps, usually when the new shows are added or when they're going live, if you're on one of the live streaming ones. So there's so many ways to access us. It is not even funny. And so wherever you are in the world, and whatever platform you really like to play with us on, you can totally do that. So
come play.
Exactly. Really, we love to bring conscious voices to the world, and we love to inspire you to make choices that really work for you. And that is a big part of why all of us come to play on this network. So we invite you to come play in whatever way works for you, whenever, however, and whoever you want to play with. And you can also join us live in the chat room if you ever want to do that. And you would just come in to click on the word chat room. It's going to ask you for your name. You use yours or the name you feel like being that day, and then you log in and you can play
like
with
Fluffy
us.
Pants, if you want to be Fluffy.
Exactly.
Okay.
You can be whoever you want to be and come play with us in the sort of behind the scenes during the live shows. That's a lot of fun too. So if you ever would like to have some facilitation, I think 99.9% of our hosts actually offer facilitation on the air. So if you're feeling a little bit bold that day, or you just want something to change, because darn it, you're ready to get off that square, come into the chat room during one of the live shows, bring your question. You don't have to talk live on the air, but you can actually receive some facilitation, and it's awesome. It's really a fun way. I did this a lot before I was a host. So
True, she did. She was in my show all the time. She motivated me to keep going.
That's awesome.
So you never know where you can go on the Inspired Choices Network. So, so that is our lineup for this week. And let me see if I can get off of the sharing here. Let's see. I think that might be it. Well, maybe not. No. You know what?
Unsharing?
I can't find my I moved everybody on my screen, and so now I think I'm covering up my butt. There it is. So on that note, thank you everyone, and thank you Amy, and thank you Rhonda, and thank you Melissa, and thank you
Thanks, Keisha, for having this.
For driving that bus like a
Thank
champ.
you.
I love it.
So for this week, just be inspired, y'all.
And come see one of our, or many of our hosts this week. We look
Yes,
forward to
indeed.
you
Yes,
with
indeed.
us.
And then we'll be back with more newsletter on the next go around. So until then, bye everybody.
Bye for now, everybody.